and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to the 5th round of the Elder Sim Racing Endurance League. Coming to you live from Laguna, Seca. Looks very sunny in Laguna, Seca, I must say. California, sorry. It's not where I am. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday evening, and I hope everybody's had a wonderful Monday day as well, because I didn't. Looking forward to a bit of racing action tonight. Also, not sure if you're in the Facebook page or you might have heard elsewhere, but we've started a little bit of a new scheme. It's called Overtake of the Week. It runs in every single league in Elder Sim Racing, and basically it's as it says on the tin, basically Overtake of the Week. So if you've got a really clean overtake where you think you did really well, please submit it. Also, as we're watching the commentary, if we do see anything we like, I'm probably going to submit it myself, or think about submitting it anyway. So yeah, hopefully tonight we might see a little bit more closer racing action, where people are trying to get a super duper overtake, shall we say. Last week we saw the entry of a new driver. Just trying to find his PSN and his name. Where's it gone? I can't even find it. Luke Ogden, I think it was. Can't find his PSN. Yes, it was. So yeah, this week, the 5th round, we've had a different winner every week. It's actually making the championship leaderboard quite competitive and close. I'm just going to fire it up on the phone if it wants to work. So yeah, championship board as it stands. We've got a joint 1st and 2nd position. I think it was last week or the week before we had a joint 2nd and 3rd, or 3rd and 4th, so it's getting pretty close. So 1st and 2nd position is actually shared at the minute by 2 drivers, one of which is in a Lexus and the other one is in a Jaguar. And drivers in the Lexus, we've got Andy White, aka Big in 86, and the Jaguar driver is my friend, the ESR Idol, Mr. Baldwin. They're both tied, 1st and 2nd with 170 points. In 3rd we've got Mr. Hutchinson with 140 points. 4th we've got Nick Sargent with 125 points, closely followed by Scott Fenton in 5th with 122. Mr. Hillman sitting behind in 6th, not too far behind mind, he's got 109 points. 9 points behind him in 7th is Mr. Craigie, he's got 100 points. Sitting in 8th, I believe he missed last race, which is definitely going to affect his point system, but he's still up there. It's Doug Idle Racing with 89 points. 9th position, Mark Palmer with 85 points. 10th position, Mr. Redding with 56. 11th is Luke Ogden with 50. 12th, oh, I've just been informed, 2 seconds, I'll just finish this. 12th position, Mr. Williams with 40 points. 13th is Mr. Watts with 30 points. Sitting in 14th is Mr. Grant with 26 points. And sitting in 15th is Mr. Holland with 24 points. Now, let me just quickly jump into the chat. I'm sure I just saw somebody's name pop up and then say can't race tonight. Ah, right, Scott Fenton. Unfortunately, won't be racing tonight. That's a shame. Just have a look where he was again. Scott Fenton, so he was 5th on the board. That's going to affect him. It's going to drop him down a little bit, I reckon, tonight. There's a few more rounds after this evening, so he might be able to catch up on some points, but that's your championship board. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I'm up watching something stupid there, no reason. Right then, how many minutes till kick-off? Got about 5 minutes till kick-off. Just time for me to go and grab a drink. I'll be back in 1 moment. I forgot that. 1 moment, folks. Sorry about that. Can't do commentary without a drink. Definitely can't. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff this week. I am especially excited for Overtake of the Week. I think it'll be myself and a couple of the admins of ESR that are going to be choosing out of the clips that get sent in. I really hope I get a lot of clips. There's nothing more than I like sitting there and watching a good racing battle with some good overtakes. Nothing better. ESR Idle setting the fastest time of the session, 1:21.8. He should be fairly accustomed to this track. I raced around here with him last Thursday in Battle of the Groups for Team ESR. Unfortunately, ESR Idle had a bit of a bad race. He got spun out first or second lap. Really affected him. Got engine damage, so he had to go into the pit. Mr. Hammer Games, 4 minutes to race start. Hope everybody's getting excited at home, because I am. Ah, there we go. There's Luke. And he's doing a bit of drifting for us. Wonderful. Okay, I'll go for a wee in the chat there. Yeah, that's a very wise decision, sir. That's going to be... the new driver. I was informed about this. So, a Put. That's a brilliant PSN name. I love it. So that's the new driver in a Jag. Very nice car there. Can't actually get around it and see the side livery or anything. We'll have to wait till he's going around the track to see the rest of it. I think everybody's having a cup of tea in the pit. Let's go on board with Hammer Games for a minute. See what he's up to around here. So you're live at Laguna Seca, aka WeatherTech Raceway. Laguna Seca is actually Spanish for dry lagoon. It's quite an interesting fact. Don't know why. It's used for cars and bikes. There is a 55 metre elevation in this track, so the lowest point to the highest point is a 55 metre difference. The track boasts 11 turns. It is very tricky and very technical. If you noticed, the turn that we're in now at the minute, the road was quite cambered there, so as he was turning around the right, the track had a bit of camber to support the car, so you get more grip and more speed, but then he's just gone round the final turn and it's very flat. So it's a very tricky track for drivers to contend with and to be flat out and consistent all the time. I struggled around here last week, let's put it that way. Also, if you're not too familiar with the track, there is the infamous corkscrew turn. It's in the final sector. I'll shout it out when it's coming up in a minute when Hammer Games goes round here. When he goes round there, sorry. That turn is an 18 metre pretty much sheer drop. Let's have a look at the speed what Mr. Hammer Games gets around here in a minute, and then as you can imagine, in real life, if you were to do that, you'd get some funny butterfly feelings in your tummy, I think. The track was first built in 1957, with the first race later on that year. It was actually won by a Ferrari, driven by a driver called Pete Lovely. Bit of useless information for you. Well, it's not useless, to be honest, it's history. Here we go, corkscrew turn, hard on the brakes, second, depends on the car, maybe first, down there. So that's an 18 metre drop. I don't think the computer game does it justice. If you want to go on YouTube and have a look at some proper real life footage of it, you may get a little bit of a better idea of how it is. I'm also sorry to inform you all again that I'm going to have to throw my mobile telecommunication device through the window soon, because I can see on my screen that comments are coming up, but I can't find them anywhere. Well, I can't find my own live stream. Really irritated by it. I don't know if I can do anything on here. I don't think I can. So Hammer Games there, parking up. I'm assuming it's going to be race start very soon. He did say 4 minutes, about 4 minutes ago. People seem to have gone to the toilet. Good luck, gentlemen. I hope you have a good hour's racing. The final has started. Eyes down, everybody concentrate. That might have been bingo terminology. So here we go then. Round 5, 1 hour endurance racing. Will we get a completely different race winner today? Rolling start, just to make that first lap go a little bit smoother. The boys have got an hour of racing to do what they can. Going to keep an eye on first and second position today. FSR the Brownster, so there's another new driver. Sorry folks, I wasn't informed about the two names of him. He's in the Porker. Grand final turn, up to the start, finish straight. Good luck chaps, go go go! Let's get some race info. There we go. Down into turn 1, nice wide line. Looks clean so far. No contact. Dugado racing. Very good gents, very good. Nice and tidy through there. ESR idle and Biggin getting bunched up at the back, wanting to get the power down, work the way up the pack. There's Porsche, he's nearly a second in front of Mr. Put at the moment. Looking very good coming up to the corkscrew turn. Doesn't look like there's been any spin outs or accidents. I'm always monitoring the map at the top right because you can see if a car turns around or comes off the track. There's one through the corkscrew, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 through, 7, a bit sketchy through there. Mr. Palmer and Dugado Racing showing you how it's done. Hammer Games through, Stealth Racer, excellent, everyone's through. There's lap 1 completed, very good driving gents, very good. Porsche seems to have pulled a bit more time, 1.4 seconds. Nice livery there, quite fond of that. If you've listened before you'll probably know that I am a Porsche fan, I do like them. A little bit of gravel there. Great stuff. So flick to the back, see how everyone got through the first corner. Everyone got through. ESR idle round the outside of Stealth Racer, very clean and tidy there, sir. Biggin looking for the door to be open so he can put his foot through. Thought Biggin might have been up the inside of him there. Looking for a way past him. Stick close to him, stick close. I reckon he might be able to get past on the start finish straight, sorry. ESR idle in 11th. Just under 2 seconds ahead in 10th, Mark Palmer. Done a 1:21.5. It's a good lap time, it's on the race soft. 2 seconds in front, Hammer Games in the Subaru. All coming into turn 1. Let's have a look at the front, see what's going on. Porsche versus Jag. He's still got 1.5 seconds there. Tyres wearing very evenly. So these pair have now pulled out nearly 5 seconds in front of third position. That was the last week's race winner, Luke, in the Peugeot. Liam having a poke at Pineapple. Bit slidey into there, lost the back end a bit. Can Luke get round? No, he's going to defend. Couldn't get through there. Liam 5th. think he might have just overcooked it into that bend there. Might be able to do something into turn 1. Very tricky corner, turn 1 is. Looking at it from here, it's almost like it's got 2 apex points, but everybody takes it as 1 usually. Didn't get round him there. Bluefin's a 2.5 behind these pair, in 6th. These tyres are going to get hammered around this track. Red Sky 7th. He's got nearly 2 seconds in front and 2 seconds behind him. He's not going to be panicking too much at this moment. Doug, similar story, a couple of seconds in front of him, 1 second behind him. And he's being harassed by the Hammer Games in the Subaru. So Doug Idle's on super soft, Hammer Games is on soft, and they're a lot less worn. I reckon the super softs might have been a bad idea on this track, boys. Mark Palmer defending against ESR Idle. That Jaguar's looking hungry for some Mercedes bumper. Get round him. Let's get some of these overtakes in. Biggin's got past Stealth Racer. Stealth Racer sitting at the back. Look at that front right tyre. That's going to take a punishment. Let's have a look at the front. Not much going on, first, second and third. He's still got 1.5 seconds roughly in front. Jaguar's looking mean behind him. These pair are doing ever so well, brilliantly. Let's have a look at Luke. Luke's got a big gap in front of him up to second. Behind him, 2.5 seconds. Very clean through there, that was a good shot. Everyone got through nicely. Pineapple Head, he's off. He's off. Looks like he's going to stick to 9th. He's got quite a big gap behind him. That's his new position. Tyres looking terribly worn. Let's pop up to the front. Let's have a look at everyone's tyre choice. Porsche's still 1.5 seconds out in front. The race super softs are wearing well. He's driving that car well. Race softs behind him on the Jag. A little bit more worn. Luke's on the softs. Very nice tyre wear. Liam's on the softs, looking a bit worn. Bluefin, super soft, so soft is the tyre of choice so far. Red Sky 86. Super softs taking a hammering. Corvette behind. These three, great action. Hammer Games slipping up the outside of Doug. Oh, nice, beautiful, well controlled, boys. Nick hanging around there, waiting to get through. Nick's on the soft tyre choice. Doug Idle's hammered them tyres on the Corvette. Something happened there. Very well done, gents. Not 100% sure what happened, I did slightly miss that. I think the Aston might have fluffed the bend slightly. Someone's pitting. We'll have a look who's pitting in a moment. Look like they were pitting. Was it just a bad angle? No, the Pineapple Head. He's going in for some tyres. And this pit stop takes forever. I'm not sure if it's the heats that slow the mechanics down or what. Maybe they're drunk, I'm not sure, but it takes a long time in this pit lane. Pop down to the back, Stealth Racer. Going into the pit. I think he would have got a bit more life out of them. Pineapple Head coming out. Biggin's been into the pits for some race mediums. He's got some time to catch up on now. Time to get your foot down, sir. Pineapple at 11th after his moment and a pit. I reckon Doug Idle's going to be into the pit very soon. This track is very unforgiving if your tyres are worn and you're not used to driving on worn tyres. Red Sky's car is ghosting for some reason. His hazard lights are on. Perhaps he's on the pause menu for some reason. Is Doug Idle going into the pit this lap? No, he's not. He's going to crack on. Mark Palmer taking a wide exit there, perhaps waving to the crowd. ESR Idle up to 7th. 1.5 seconds in front of him is the Hammer Games. A bit of a loose back end there on the exit. This next corner is pretty tricky to get some really good exit speed out of. Nice through there in 3rd. On the power straight out. ESR Idle's definitely getting hungry. I think he wants some of that 6th position. Up in 5th, Bluefin. He's got a 6.5 second gap over the Hammer Games in 6th. Bit of dust there. This corner, when you're racing, it feels ever so slow when you get to it. It feels really strange. Powering along on his super softs that are half worn. Up in 4th, 1.5 seconds ahead of him. It's Liam. And the soft tyre choice, just over half a tank of fuel. Luke still pounding away in 3rd, he's got a good gap behind him, he's not going to be panicking. I think the gap has increased again in front, so he might have to do some magic driving to close that gap. And then we've got a put in the Jaguar. He's closed the gap to 1st position at the moment. So he's got half a tank of fuel in Jag. The race soft option is half worn. Porsche is on super soft and they are less worn than the Jaguar. Amazing stuff. And he's saved a lot of fuel as well. Exit the final bend. Jaguar sitting in the Porsche's slipstream. Is it strong enough to close the gap a lot? I don't think it is. We'll just watch this for half a lap or so, see if that gap gets any smaller. 2 more into the pit. Liam and Bluefin. Be interesting to see where they come out at the moment. So that's ESR and Hammer Games up. Porsche squealing them tyres, followed by the Jag growling at it. Oh, oh, oh! That was a good rescue. That was a very good rescue, sir. That Jaguar can smell that mistake like the blood of its prey. Getting ready to pounce. He's got to stay on his bumper pretty much now until we get to the final turn. Porsche looked like he was on the power very early. Jaguar collecting the rubber marbles off the back of the Porsche. He's into the pit. He's in. Interesting stuff now. This basically means that a put should technically put in faster laps until the Porsche pits, which then technically means he should come out in 1st if the planning goes to plan. So let's have a flick down the grid, start at the back, see what everyone's doing. Stealth Racer's got half a tank, plenty of tyre. He is 5.5 seconds behind 12th, Red Sky. Aston Martin, brand new set of super softs and just over half a tank of fuel. 45 minutes remaining of the race. In 11th position, so yeah, 11.5 seconds in front is Biggin in the Lexus. He went on the mediums not long ago. Fuel looks to be down a little bit, but he's really got to concentrate now and get some consistent times in, fast consistent times, and trying to close that 16.5 second gap in front of him to 9th, which is Bluefin. So Bluefin's not going to be panicking at the moment. He's got fresh tyres, fresh fuel and a big gap behind him. He's just got to plod on for as long as he can, hopefully closing to Pineapple in 8th. The Pineapple Head, sorry. Bluefin's only 2.5 seconds behind. The Pineapple Head could be going into the pit soon. Up in 7th. Both of them just coming into the corkscrew. That was a good action shot. Mark Palmer in the Merc. Tyres pretty battered. Half a tank of fuel. No pitting for him, so he's going to get harassed by the Pineapple Head. We'll just stick with this and see what happens into turn 1. Unless a miracle happens, not a lot I don't think, but we have seen miracles before. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Back to that. So yeah, 6 Mark Palmer up in 5th, 11 seconds clear of 6th position in his Subaru, and he's half a second behind 4th position Liam. We're coming up to the corkscrew turn in a minute. Just watch this for a second and then we'll have a look up front and try and figure out what happened. Obviously it was down to the pit stop. Yeah, it was down to the pit stops. Luke in first position has now gone into the pit, and as I predicted, a putt has ended up in the lead. Question is, can Mr. Sargent overtake that Mercedes? And tyres are looking hammered, sir. No pun intended. He's going to have a job to do anything about Liam. He's on a fresh-ish set of softs. Similar fuel for the pair of them. I think it's time for the Hammer Games to get some tyres. He's doing very well to stick near to 3rd position though, considering the tyre wear difference. So let's pop up to 1st position and give him some air time. Put. Please correct me if I'm saying it wrong, but I don't think I am. So he's cleverly sat there hunting down 1st position, waited for him to pit and then gone in himself. Oh, bit loose through the corkscrew, well collected on the exit. He's just done a purple sector for sector 2. Super soft, half a tank. 5 seconds behind him. I don't think he's panicking too much. Let's see if he does that fastest lap. He does. 1:21.452. Well done. Let's have a look at 2nd. He went for the soft tyres and fuel. He had fuel. Oh, so this could get more interesting in a few laps' time. 1st position's got half a tank, super soft tyre. 2nd position's on soft with nearly a full tank. Could be a good strategy. The Hammer Game's doing incredibly well, mate. Well done. Hanging all over the back end of that. Look at them tyres. I hope he's not going to run the fuel out with them tyres. I think he's going to be sitting there in his racing chair nodding his head right now. So, yes. Man to be feared at the moment is the Hammer Games, steaming along with a knackered set of racing softs. Okay, 4.5 seconds behind him. In 5th is Luke in the Peugeot. Fresh set of mediums, plenty of fuel, plenty. Good gap behind him, sorry. To Bluefin, so Luke in 5th, Bluefin 6th. Bluefin has got 8.5 seconds to Luke, and then only 1.3 seconds behind him by the driver, ESR Idle. He's on the soft tyre, fresh tyres, lots of fuel. Let's have a quick look at Bluefin. Bluefin, similar fuel, but he's on mediums. I wonder what will come of that. Idle's lining himself up. Copycat the corner in front and stick behind him. Lovely job, that's where you want to be. That is where you want to be. That's where you want to be. Don't touch. Both aware. Both aware. Bluefin let it happen. Excellent driving from both of them. That was fantastic. Well done, well done. So there's the ESR Idle up to 5th. Tyre choice dictates he should be able to increase the gap from him to Bluefin. Pineapple Head in 7th. 10-second gap in front of him up to 6th to Bluefin, who we've just been with. Less than a second behind him is Mark Palmer. Let's have a look at these pairs. So, Pineapple Head on soft, 1/4 of a tank of fuel. Technically the car should be lighter. Mark Palmer's steaming along on knackered race softs with similar fuel. Seems some very heroic driving tonight, guys. Well done. Nick's gone in for some tyres. Maybe he wasn't nodding his head after all. Must have been shaking it. So there you go, full tank, brand new set of softs, 38.5 minutes remain. Doug Idle sitting in 10th. 5 seconds in front of him, Stealth Racer has left the room. Shame about that, buddy. I'm assuming bad race. Doug Idle 10th, so he's got 8.5 seconds behind him to Red Sky. 1/4 of a tank of fuel, super soft. I don't think the super soft suits this track unless it's qualification. It literally lasts about two laps, and on the 3rd lap you're noticing the grip reduction because of the wear levels. The track just annihilates tyres. And then we've got 5.5 seconds behind him in 12th is Bigian. Half a tank, gone in for a set of softs. I expected to see him higher. Not quite sure, something may have happened. I'm sure we'll find out afterwards. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. Get into the page, see the news, standings, championship boards. You can find links to the other racing. And obviously subscribe to us on YouTube, seeing if you've got the latest and greatest racing action as soon as it's live. Bit of a twitch there. So I think we'll pop up to the front, see how Mr. Put-Put's doing in the Jag. Oh, 4 seconds behind is that Porsche. I think we'll go on board, have a quick look-see. If we can figure it out, of course. So Put-Put's got the fastest lap of the session so far. This on board won't be the fastest you'll see because his tyres are worn. It should give you a very good idea of the driver's perspective. Coming up to the last turn, hard on the brakes down to 2nd. I have seen some people use 1st. Early as possible on the power to get the full use of the engine down this straight, well, slightly straight, into turn 1 as wide as possible. You heard me mention earlier, it looks like it's 2 apexes, but you can kind of take it in one, as has just been demonstrated, sort of. Very nice and tidy. back into second gear for this corner. It's this corner always catches me out. I try to leave my car in third, but no, it's second. This one is third, possibly fourth. Nice exit speed there, around about 100 mile an hour, if not more. We always like more. Third gear, a little bit of a dip into second, up into third. That's what I do sometimes. This corner, I cannot get this corner right to save my life. That was demonstrated very well and tidy. Up to the corkscrew. If you look at the black bits on the track, it's a good clue of where to start braking. Nice and tight. Let the car run out a bit. That's it, off the power, roll it in, power on the exit. Beautiful turn, beautiful. Back into third. Steam it. Great stuff. Final turn, back to second. Bit of a lock up there, nothing major. That was a very good demonstration lap. Thank you very much, Mr. Put. I'm sure we'll tune back in and see what happens with him shortly. So, yeah, he's still sitting pretty, 4 seconds out in front. Ahead of this Porsche. Now these pair, I don't know what these pair are doing, they must have nitrous or something, because they've actually pulled 21 seconds over the rest of the field. Liam nearly ran his car out of fuel there. Was on the softs. Be interesting to see what he comes back out on. Let's put Luke in third. Well, sorry, he was third. And ESR Idle up to fourth. He's going to be hunting for that third position now. Let's just assess this little battle. Oh, hang on. He might be pouncing already in the Jag. I think he is. Cleaning through. Very respectable from both of them. Excellent. So, there you go. Right, he's on softs. There we go, Luke's on the medium, so he's going for a longer stint now. Jaggy was going to fly past him, and she did. I wonder if ESR Idle can take any of them 20.5 seconds away from second position. Second position's got more fuel, they are both on the same tyre. Right, sorry to confuse you with the car changing there. So yeah, Luke is in fourth. 12.5 seconds behind him in 5th position, plodding along well. There's Bluefin. He's on the medium tyre choice, up in 5th, doing very well. Half a tank of gas. We're nearly at the halfway mark of the racing. Hammer Games, 6th position. Nice gap behind. He's just got to concentrate on squashing that gap in front of him. I think he's just done a personal best sector. Seems like he's on the warpath. Subaru Impreza sounding quite good. Liam in 7th. Brand new set of race mediums. Lots and lots of fuel. 8.5 seconds behind him in 8th is Doug Idle. I think he's just had a bit of a nasty last turn. Bigian should be able to just glide past if he has the time. Maybe not, maybe not. Doug's going to make him work for it. He's made him work for it. He's giving plenty of room though. Mark Palmer has left the room. So, Doug Idle's in 9th, 16 seconds behind them. Them tyres are knackered. 10th position is the Pineapple Head. Pretty recent set of super softs. Full tank of fuel. An eye distorting car livery. He's just done a personal best sector. These guys are really pushing the cars now. Red Sky in 11th. Pineapple Head is 12.5 seconds clear of him. Red Sky's just been into the pit. He's got a brand new set of softs and half a tank of gas. The Put has lost 1st position because he's gone into the pit. The old pit manoeuvre switcheroo. So, Porsche 20.5 seconds clear. He's going to be bleeding a bit of time to second position because he's on his fresh tyres. Let's see if comes into the pit. Porsche staying out. So he's going to be getting his hammer down now, trying really hard. Just been told by a spectator that I have admitted to liking Subarus. I must admit, this isn't a general statement covering the entire range of the Subaru manufacturer. Just wanted to state that the Group 3 car on Gran Turismo Sport sounded okay. Anyway, back to it. A putt-putt closing that gap behind him. He's taken a second off it nearly, so he's hunting first position. It's going to get very interesting towards the end, this is. You are bang on halfway into your race. Third position Luke on his mediums with half a tank. 12 seconds in front, 16 seconds behind him. There's Bluefin in fourth. Hammer Games half a second behind. Let's have a look-see. See if Nick can do anything. I reckon he will, because them mediums on Bluefin's Mercedes are looking pretty bad. A little bit wide on the exit there. Hammer Games should be able to just slip past somewhere. Harassing him, looking for a way through. Nick's just slowly closing that gap up behind him. Might be able to get past. No. He's been a little bit cautious there, following the competitor into the corner. Very good. I do love that corner, it looks amazing with 2 or 3 or more cars coming down there. Hammer Games thought about the inside there. I'm sure he saw the door open, but we knew it wasn't happening there. Final turn, set up his bumper. Bit of a twitch from Bluefin. Them tyres are knackered on hers. Oh no, they're not, it's just on medium, sorry. Nick's just got to sit there now, gather as much speed. Bluefin going a little bit defensive. Nick up the inside. Can he stick it? No. Well done, boys. Switcheroo, switcheroo. He's level with him. No, he's not, he's in front. Ow! Oh! He's got it. Bluefin's got it. That's brilliant. I think we should do another one which is called Rescue of the Evening. That'd definitely win. Race mediums, when they're that worn, don't have any grip. It's like driving on ice. Let's have a look to the back. Red Sky. 3 seconds in front of him, and 10th is Doug Idle Racing. Looks like he's been into the pit recently as well. Up in 9th, 4.5 seconds clear of Doug Idle is Bigian, and Bigian's just slipped through into 8th. Getting a blue flag for some reason. I don't think Bigian needs a blue flag. And then there's a massive gap, 30 seconds in front of Bigian. Bigian's sitting there in 8th. Gonna have to have a word with him after. I'm not sure, he might have had a bit of a bad race there. I'd normally expect to see him higher up than that. So yeah, up in 7th, 28 seconds in front of Bigian is Bluefin. Still on their mediums. I think it's about time you went in for some fresh rubber. Up in 6th, Liam, 3.5 seconds in front of Bluefin. Going to be harassing that Subaru. That's tidy through there. Hammer Games, rear view mirror full of a Mercedes badge through the corkscrew. Very similar line through there. The exit looked a bit different. Nice and tidy through the fast sweepy corners. I do like these. Up to the final turn. Down into second. First gear. Automatic. Oh yeah, forgot the Hammer Games was an automatic racer. Liam doesn't want to let go of that Subaru. He wants that 4th position. And he's going for it. Hammer Games went a bit too deep into turn 1. Well done, Liam. Mopped up the mess. Can Hammer Games get a switcheroo again? Sitting in his draft. Always sit behind the car in front if you can. Save tyres and fuel. Well, not so much tyres, but definitely fuel. He's pair at it like Tom and Jerry today. Last week it was the Pineapple Head and someone else, can't remember who. Could have been Liam actually. Let's pop up the front to Mr. Put Put. I'm liking that Jaguar livery, he's done a good job there. It's on the soft tyre. Plenty of life left in him yet. 25 minutes, or just under 25 minutes remaining. 8.5 seconds behind him is that Porsche. Well, these pair are basically racing each other, I think, this evening. Bit of a twitch around there again from him. 14, so for nearly 15 seconds behind, and third is Luke, last week's winner. Race medium's looking pretty worn now. Still got life though. I reckon he'll probably run his fuel out with them tyres, or at least aim to, maybe. Might be a good plan. Big gap behind him, big gap in front. The gap in front is what he's concerned with, he wants to close it down. 4th and 5th, you got these pairs still at it. Oh! Oh, buddy. You were doing so well there and all. Hammer fluffed a corner. Still going to sit in 5th position though, I think, the lucky boy. Might be time for some new tyres. And he's got the Jaguar of ESR Idol sitting behind him. That Jaguar saw what happened. The Jaguar can smell the blood of the Subaru. And it's going for it. We hope. Definitely is. Left hand side, ladies and gentlemen. If you look at the board, gap in front is closing ever so slightly at every turn. So 22.5 minutes remain. ESR Idle's got plenty of fuel, I reckon that'll see him to the end. Might have to stop for another set of tyres, depending on how much of a battle the Hammer Games gives him. I reckon the Hammer Game's going to be in the pit before long anyway. I reckon the boys are going to be watching these replays late. Look at that, silky smooth operator, beautiful stuff. Nick didn't even know he was there. He didn't have a clue. So, the SR Idle up to 5th. Let's have a pop down to the back of the grid, see what's going on. Biggins been in the pit for some brand new mediums. That fuel should see him to the end. These boys are getting lapped now. So as I say, the 2 new drivers this evening have done an astounding job. Brilliant debut racing in the Endurance League. Sends your eyes a little bit funny when you've got one car inside another car. But, hey ho. So, right, Pineapple in 10th. Less than a second in front is Biggin. He's pushing these cars. Pineapple head. Super softs. Biggins on mediums in 9th. The 9 seconds in front of Biggin is Doug Idle Racing on his super softs. He's gone wide on that exit. Just getting lapped by a put-put. Nine seconds in front, up to 7th is Bluefin. Doing a pretty good job. Bit of a sausage curb there. You do not want the sausage curb at all. I think he just learned that one. Did very well keep it on the track there. 21 seconds in front of Bluefin. In 6th position is the Hammer Games. And again, we're in that situation where he's got no rubber and he's got a little bit of fuel. I think it's time for the pit. 20 minutes remaining. I reckon he can do a set of softs and a bit of fuel. Nope. He says nope, not doing it. I'm carrying on. Idle's pulled a right good gap now. Sitting there in 5th. He's nearly 5 seconds in front of the Hammer Games. Nice job around turn 1. No car twitching in or out of the bend. Maximum grip. Using all the track that he can. So ESR Idle in 5th. Up in 4th position. 4 seconds in front of him is Liam. Doing well on them mediums. Still got a bit of fuel. Luke. We haven't actually discussed this. Luke is an automatic driver. I did the automatic and manual thing a few races ago. Didn't take note of Luke. He's automatic. Fuel light on, straight into the pit. 18 minutes to go. Well, 19 minutes to go. I wonder what he's going to choose. That Porsche still in 2nd. And then nearly 8.5 seconds in front of him in the Jag is a put-put. Not a lot of fuel, tyres looking pretty battered. He's going to be in the next lap or two for his final fuel and tyres. Still holding the fastest lap, 1:21.452. Don't forget, if you're sitting there at home and you do a bit of racing on your computer, why not join the leagues? Stick yourself in, see what happens. There you go, look. I put into the pit. This is going to put that Porsche out in front. This is a little bit of a battle of the pits, this is, I think. It's going to be interesting to see what the Jaguar comes out with in a minute. .5 minutes. Can that Porsche stay out on them tyres? I don't think he can. You guys may know different. There's your Jag coming out the pit. As I mentioned before, the pit lane is extremely long and the pit stops are terribly long as well. So he's gone for softs, 3/4 of a tank of fuel. I think that's probably too much, but let's be safe than sorry. Better to be safe than sorry. So yeah, this will be interesting. Right, we'll catch back up to these guys in a sec. Nick's gone into the pit. Let's put Liam in 3rd. Idle trying to get in the boot of that Mercedes. He's got Liam on mediums. Idle on soft. That's going to be a breeze for him. He just needs to play his cards right and wait for the correct time. Sitting in his bumper. Gone wide. Thinking about the switcheroo. Oh, bit of contact there. Nothing too messy. Well done, boys. Liam, a bit wide on the exit. That's going to cost him a few miles per hour. ESR Idle has got them miles an hour. Liam's got the line. That was very brave, boys. Very, very brave stuff there from ESR Idle. But he backed out. That was good. It was a good decision to back out. So then, 3.5 seconds behind Idle is Luke in the background there, last week's race winner. So it's getting very, it's getting a bit tight up here. I mean, Luke last week did a good job. That Peugeot did very well. There you go, Jaguar cleaning through, nice and neat and tidy. Seems to be a firm favourite of the drivers for overtaking there tonight. Liam's doing a very, very good job there. I know he's just been overtaken, but you've got to consider he's on the race medium. They are very heavily worn. He's been defending against that Jaguar for a while. So I reckon Liam's going to be in soon. He's got 15 minutes remaining. If he puts enough fuel in and bangs a set of super softs on it, I reckon he can get some good times in. He might be able to get back up the grid after his pit stop. So Luke closing that gap, not clap, don't know what that is. Closing the gap. Like I say something. Hammer Games, yes, he went into the pit, so he's on brand new super softs, lots of fuel, 15 minutes. Time to get your toe down, buddy. This could be a very exciting last 10 minutes. Let's have a look at Bluefin's situation. So Bluefin's hanging on for dear life there. Tyres knackered, lots of fuel, but he's thinking, I'm losing out on grip so much. So if he tries to stay in Nick's wake, the disturbed airstream behind him, he should be able to make himself a bit faster. But I think he's slowly losing it. Nick's obviously got his toe down and he's plodding along. So yeah, that's Bluefin in 7th. 4.5 seconds behind him in 8th is Bigian. Getting lapped by that Porsche. Bluefin's in the pit. Doug Idle in 9th. Definitely got fuel and tyre to last him the rest of the session. Pineapple Head sitting out back. I get a slight feeling he may not like the track or may not be fully used to it. I've just noticed a few little mistakes here and there. I don't like this track, to be honest with you, it's horrible. Right, let's have a look at the front. So with 13 seconds remaining, we've got the Brownster, who is 12.5 seconds clear of a put-put. So let's have a quick look and see what happened in the put-put department. Oh, he's pitted. Thought he may have gone for super soft. Shocking. So he's sitting in second. He's not going to get any more fuel and he's not going to need any more tyres before the end of the race. As the Brownster's going to have to go in for some tyres because he isn't going to make them super softs last 12.5 minutes. There's no way on God's earth. If he does, it's a miracle. To be quite honest with you, if I was in that Porsche, I'd be pitting now. If I was going to pit. I've got a feeling he might go the whole rest of the race with these tyres. Be interesting to see. Put second. He's 41 seconds clear of Luke. Luke's been back into the pit recently. 12 minutes remain. Idle's been back in for some super softs. Plenty of fuel, 12 minutes, super softs. He's just got to do hot laps. Hot lap after hot lap. He might close that gap to Luke. Bearing in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Luke is on the medium tyre. So ESR in 5th. Liam in 5th. Brand new set of super softs, plenty of fuel. These guys are just going to get the toe down now and see what they can make. See what they can make of the remainder. Back in 6th, the Hammer Games. Very good tyres, plenty of fuel. Just got to get the Reds down now. Biggins up to 7th. Taking a different line to the Porsche driver there, if you noticed. Porsche into the pit. This is where it's going to get interesting. Sorry, Bigian, just going to pop up to second. So put's just coming up to the pit lane. And he's into the final bend. So this is going to bang him out in first. He's on semi-worn softs, just under half a tank of fuel, and a Jaguar, and 10 minutes between him and a checkered flag. Brownster coming out, he's gone super soft. This could turn into a race, ladies and gentlemen. A really exciting one. Definitely not enough fuel to last 10 minutes. So first and second position there, guys, if you look at the top left, 53 seconds to third position. Luke steaming along with his race mediums, probably aware of ESR idle in fourth in the Jag, ready to pounce when he gets the chance. Seems to be closing that gap in front of him. Pop up to first, see what the gap is. So he's 5.5 seconds clear at the minute, folks. Just remember that time, and we'll pop back up in a second, see what's going on. He's smashed his fastest, well, he's not smashed it, but he's done his fastest lap again, 1:21.405 this time. Nine and a half minutes. In the next lap or two, this is going to get close. Idle 7 seconds behind now. I think that's slightly increased. Fourth is a very respectable position to end in. Liam in fifth. Super soft. Quarter a tank. Very hard on the brakes into there, sorry. Hammer Games, 6th position. He's got nearly 8 seconds in front of him. Big gap behind him. 8.5 minutes remaining. It's time to get your head down, get them points. 21.5 seconds behind him, and 7th is Bluefin. Big in behind him, 6.5 seconds in 8th. Good to see him climbing up a bit. Nearly 8 seconds behind Big in is Doug Idle Racing in the Corvette. That's been to Jupiter and back, folks. If you've not watched this before, I'm quite fascinated at Doug Idle Racing's mileage on his Corvette. Obviously it's powered by the Chevrolet V8 engine that will go around the universe 4 times without failing, because they are the best engine ever. 10th Pineapple Head going into the pit. No fuel. Might have done his fuel budgeting incorrectly. So back up to first. That gap has closed as predicted. That Jaguar is going to be sweating now. Sitting there on his soft tyres. 1/3 of a tank of fuel. Porsche just punching away at that time, just going at it. He just wants it squashed. Just go on board with him, bit of action. And if you notice, the Porsche has just done the fastest lap of the session, 1:20.925. Bit wide on the apex there. He's got the Jaguar set in his radar. Slowly closing that gap. Don't know what happened then. Bit late on the brakes. He's pushing that Porsche as hard as he can. He wants that Jaguar out of the way. Half a second between these guys now. These pair are 43 seconds clear of the rest of the grid. That's where you want to be, on that power. Closing. Jaguar has gone defensive. You're not coming through here today, son. putting that Jag in the most difficult place in the world. Nicely done by both of these boys. I get the feeling they've raced together somewhere. Brake. Porsche gone wide. Jag covering itself. Porsche a bit loose on the exit. He's going to be kicking himself there. Tighter apex that time. Jag was quite early on the brakes there. Porsche back in his bumper. The put is going to be sweating buckets at this moment. That Porsche sitting in his mirror. Can't get rid of it. He's doing it. He's done it. Porsche straight through, clean. Little bit of touching, nothing major. That is literally rubbing as racing. Well done, buddy. Porsche out in first on the super soft tyre. 4.5 minutes remain, just under a quarter of a tank. This Jaguar still could have something to say about it, but it's going to be a difficult job for him. Both of them have done extremely well this session. Very good debut racing. I've not seen these pair race before, and you've done well. ESR Idle has done it. He's managed to get up to third. Fantastic. Luke was plodding along with his mediums. Sort of a sitting duck situation. Idle's just breezed through on his super softs. So if everybody can keep their wits about them, you might start to see the finish board. Fourth, Luke. Excellent race, buddy. I may feel you possibly could have gone for some softs. You might have got that third position. Good race. Liam, 10 seconds behind him, 12 seconds behind him, sorry, and 11 in front. He's sitting there in fifth. He's just got to bring it home now. Close on that fuel situation, I think. 3.5 seconds remain. That fuel light's going to be flashing on very soon, and I believe it's about 2 laps when the light flashes. Sixth, Hammer Games. Good race, buddy, good race. 3.5 minutes. He's got big gap in front, big gap behind. Don't panic now, just bring it home. Bluefin's getting harassed by Bigyan. Bigyan on the super soft. Bluefin on the super soft, sorry. Half worn. Too much fuel. Bigyan's on the better suited soft tyre. Better suited for wearing, sorry, not for grip. I think he's going to be able to squeeze past him. Yeah, he's poking up that side. He's gone for the inside line into the corkscrew. I think that's done and dusted, folks. Yep, done and dusted. Straight through. Well done, boys. Mercedes got a bit loose on that middle section of the corkscrew there. The drop bit, the drop away. So well done. That's bigging up 7th. Bluefin on them knackered tyres. It was inevitable, buddy, with them tyres on that condition. Sometimes you just got to suck it up, ladies and gentlemen. If they're coming past you, they're coming past. Bit of a twitch on the exit there. Doug Idle in 9th. Bluefin is 19 seconds clear of Doug Idle Racing in 8th. He's on soft. Not a lot of fuel. 2 minutes remain. I bet he's turning his fuel map down at this moment to try and get him to the end of the race. There's his fuel light. Pineapple Head. Saw some interesting racing with him this evening. Sitting there in 10th. He'll get home on that fuel and tyre situation, no problem. Back to the Brownster. In the Porker. 3 seconds clear of Mr. Put now. Good old Jag. Chewed them tyres away, that Jaguar. Fuel light just come on. Should see him to the end of the race. Porsche is definitely getting to the end of the race. I think these guys are coming up to their final lap. ESR Idle, great race, come from the back. Don't think he's going to close that 43-second gap in front of him though. Them pair have just steamed along tonight. Squeezing past Doug Idle Racing. Luke on his mediums, fuel light flashing at him. could be some of these boys' final lap actually. First. Fuel light on in that Porsche, this will be his final lap, fuel will get him home. Same again, them tyres are battered, Mr. Put. Idle's getting home definitely. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anybody's finish. So that was a close one. Don't know if this is going to be Luke. Luke might hit the brake here and just finish the race early, and then he can bag fourth. 6 seconds remain. So there you go, that's your 30 minutes up. Well done, Luke. 4th position bagged. Liam's coming along for 5th. Well done, mate. Fuel light on. Good race, good race. Hammer Games, final turn, final time. Tyres absolutely clattered. Well done, buddy. Checkered flag, 6th for him. I think we're going to have to go back up to the front now, yes. Well done, buddy. The Brownster, bags 1st position. Well done, mate. Did very well there. There's a put in my Jaguar, there you go. Good race, buddy, well done. Knackered them tyres out. I think we're going to... This is getting really confusing, this is. 7th, Bluefin. Big in 8th. I think this is where we need flip back to 3rd. Yeah. So Mr. Idle's come all the way from the back of the grid. He's come to say hello up to the front. I think he was going to try and have a look at these newcomers, but they got away. Well done, Mr. Baldwin, bagging 3rd in the Jag. Bit of a handbrake. Nice. Let's try and catch the others. Jesus. Doug Idle, 9th. Bagged. The pineapple head, backwards. Go on, you may as well. Just go all the way backwards. He is. I think he had a bit of a bad race, folks, but he stuck it out in the end. Why not? It's all good fun. And there you go. There's round 5, Laguna Seca. Which, remember, as I informed you earlier, Laguna Seca stands for dry lagoon in Spanish. Well done, the Brownster. Debut race from me. I've not seen him race before. Did very well. Excellent. I'm going to save that replay because I've got a special job to do. I have to try and find some overtakes of the weeks. So, race results. Let's get a picture of that as well on my phone. FSR, the Brownster, bags 1st position. A put. Pretty sure that's how you say that name, but if I'm wrong, please correct me. Bagging 2nd. ESR Idle, bagging 3rd. Luke, last week's race winner, bagging 4th. Liam in 5th. Hammer Games in 6th. Bluefin 7th. Big in 8th. Doug Idle Racing in 9th. And Pineapple Head in 10th. The Invisible Man finished in 11th. And 12th was Stealth Racer. So, fastest lap of the session was 1:20.925 by the Brownster. So, not only did he win, he got the fastest time, and it was his debut race. Well done, boys. Thoroughly enjoyed commentating on you all. Unfortunately, we did have a couple of dropouts, but these things happen. I'm going to put a non-sexist comment and just put drivers instead of well done, boys. And there you go. Excellent. So yeah, hope you're all entertained. Hope I'm doing a good job. I hope you don't think it's boring me sitting here and banging my gums for over an hour. Hope you tune in next week. Like I say, please like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. You can get all the inside information and all kinds of stuff. The Brownster at a put hammer time. Right, tune in next week, see if these pair can do the same again, or if ESR Idle has got anything to say about it, because I believe that might put ESR Idle at the top of the championship board. We'll have to find out. So thanks for tuning in. See you next week.